ultimate shopping experience with big discounts. Visit WDEF.com to save money today.
You're watching News 12. This is the place for local weather.
Good morning and welcome to News 12. I'm Amelia Greer and here's a look at what's coming up on News 12 this morning. A Chattanooga gang member charged with first-degree murder might get the death penalty. Learn more about the Amelia Greer case coming up. Plus, in New York, 4 people, including an officer, are dead after a man opened fire inside a Manhattan office. Learn more about the incident and more of today's top stories coming to you straight ahead.
Heading out with the pupper pretty soon to take that early morning stroll. Definitely want to stay cool and make certain they get a nice bowl of water when they get back in. They're wearing the fur coat, not you. Again, for the rest of the forecast, we're going to be seeing some very warm conditions out there. Mini Schnauzer Schroeder, courtesy of our viewers out there, will have more details on your forecast coming up on News 12.
You're watching News 12 this morning. This is the place for the latest news from around the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia.
Welcome back to News 12 this morning and happy Tuesday, July 29th. We're almost to the end of the month, y'all, if you can believe it. And the temperatures are a pretty good indicator of a hot Tennessee summer. Austin, what do you have for our forecast this morning?
That's all I've got. Good night, everybody.
Okay, it's been so fun.
She's going to do weather too in just a minute. I'm going to go out and get some coffee. Looking upstream on the Tennessee River and across the Veterans Memorial Bridge, a little bit of daylight starting to sneak in. Sunrise in just about 45 minutes or so. And temperatures at the airport not cool, mid to upper 70s with, again, some very high amounts of humidity out there. So the heat index, yes, we have that, or even early in the morning back in the lower 80s. We'll continue to see the warmer temperatures out there. A little bit less, not entirely hot in the upper elevations of the areas around the Appalachians. High 60s to low 70s east of Chattanooga, mid to upper 70s across much of the rest of the area. And yes, we have the heat index across the region right now. Feels almost 80 degrees in Scottsboro, also in South Pittsburgh, 78, the current heat index there. And for the rest of the country, again, southeast United States, as cool as it gets. Knoxville after a shower back in the lower 70s. Next couple of hours, we might see a bit of a downturn, maybe a degree or two more, but that's going to be it. And then upwards we go from there with some very warm temperatures again, and the possibility of showers and thunderstorms coming back into the forecast. So outdoor activities today, you got heat, humidity, and thunderstorms to take a look at. We do see a reduction in the heat. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit on News 12.
Time Saver Traffic is brought to you by Mr. Electric.
Well, everything's looking pretty good out on the roadways this morning. They have cleared that accident 153 northbound at Lee Highway. Northbound entry ramp is reopened and traffic is flowing smoothly. As a matter of fact, checking the TDOT SmartWay cameras, everything's looking pretty good this morning. Moving well, 75 north and southbound coming into town. Pretty much a speed limit ride, 24 in the Rich cutting on through the city. Everything's now looking good on both highways 27 and 153. This traffic report brought to you by the Hamilton County Coalition, where they can teach you how to save a life from an opioid overdose. Sign up today for free virtual training at hccoalition.org. In the Tennessee American Water Traffic Center, I'm Gary Poole with your Time Saver Traffic.
Thanks, Gary. We'll have another look at time saver traffic and the forecast coming up throughout the morning. People say 4 people, including an NYPD officer, were shot and killed and another hurt when a man opened fire inside a Midtown Manhattan office building yesterday evening. They say the suspect then took his own life. CBS's Bradley Blackbird reports from the scene in New York City.
Emergency responders carried a man from a high-rise building in Midtown Manhattan where a gunman opened fire, stopping on the street to perform CPR.
4 officers came out and they were carrying what looked like to me another officer that looked injured.
Police swarmed the building on Park Avenue minutes after shots were reported. One of their own is among those killed, 36-year-old Didarul Islam, an immigrant from Bangladesh who became an NYPD officer 3.5 years ago.
He was saving lives. He was protecting New Yorkers.
The suspect was identified as 27-year-old Shane Tamura from Las Vegas. Police say he drove his car cross-country, arriving just before the shooting and double parking outside. He then entered the building armed with an M4 rifle and started shooting.
The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar.
Police say he also shot and killed a security officer and injured another man before taking an elevator to the 33rd floor, where he continued shooting, killing one person. Police say that's where he took his own life.
His motives are still under investigation, and we are working to understand why he targeted this particular location.
The NYPD says another loaded gun and ammunition were found in the suspect's car. They say he had a history of mental illness. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Certainly a devastating situation up in New York. Closer to our region at around 8:30 last night, a McMinn County Sheriff's deputy engaged in a gunfight after responding to a shots fired call in Riceville. Upon arrival, the deputy engaged in a short gunfight with a suspect. Luckily, neither the suspect or deputy was struck. Additional officers arrived at the scene, and the suspect is in custody at the McMinn County Jail. According to Sheriff Joe Guy, the incident was isolated and only involved the suspect and deputy. The incident is currently being investigated, and we will keep you up to date right here on News 12 as we learn more. A former Chattanooga gang member charged with first-degree murder in a 2016 murder trial was back in court yesterday. Amelia Greer could receive the death penalty if convicted of the murder of Bianca Horton. Horton was set to testify against Cortez Sims, who was convicted of a 2014 shooting that left her baby daughter Zoe critically injured. Greer and Sims were in the Athens Park Bloods gang, and Greer is accused of ordering a hit against Horton to prevent her from testifying. Yesterday, prosecutors wished to enter a new piece of evidence for his upcoming trial, a kite, which is slang for a jail letter that was intercepted inside of the Hamilton County Jail. That letter, prosecutors say, was directed at a different gang member. Lead investigator Jeremy Wimbush of the Chattanooga Police Department read that letter.
I don't know the mark you become, but if you get on that stand or cooperate any further with these people, it's personal with us. I love you as a brother. Don't cross the mob. Let bygones be bygones, and this paperwork disappear.
That kite will be allowed in the trial. A jury is set to be picked from Anderson County in September, with Greer's trial set for October. A training exercise in Reliance, Tennessee turned into a real rescue over the weekend. Crews from the Hamilton County Office of Emergency Management, the Sheriff's Office, and Etowah Fire and Rescue were taking part in swift water rescue training. Soon after their exercise finished, the team was called to a real water rescue. 3 kayakers were stuck on a rock in the river for more than 2 hours. Crews from all 3 agencies worked together to rescue all 3 people and 2 of their kayaks, and thankfully, no one was hurt. That's a look at just some of the day's top stories. Let's get that latest look at our forecast for this Tuesday morning. Here's Austin.
That's another good reason right there why we tell you turn around, don't drown, because driving through floodwaters could be the last mistake you ever make. And again, making certain you don't get into a position where you're going to need a swift water rescue is the smartest thing of all when it comes to flash flooding. We do have a flash flooding risk over the next few days. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Thanks to Barbara Davis from Chattanooga for a view of very determined mini Schnauzer Schroeder heading out for an early morning walk before it gets hotter. It's a very smart pupper right there. That's our 1% list Scenic City dog walking forecast. If you have pictures, please give them to our website, WDEF.com/dogwalk. We do have a bit of a breeze several stories up. Old Glory on top of the EPB building downtown on the Bailey's Heating and Air camera with broken cloud cover out there. Numbers back in the high 70s, plenty of humidity. Again, winds north-northeast about 7. Not seeing anything really that's going to be cooling us off anytime anytime soon. For tonight, as the lookouts return to AT&T Field, we'll look at a very light northerly wind, so some of those pop flies may not go quite as far as the lookouts take on the visiting Knoxville Smokies. There could be an isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm, so not totally dry, but again, play ball for downtown for tonight. For the allergies out there, we do see again very low pollen and mold spores, very good air quality across the entire area. So again, looking at very good conditions out there for now. Not seeing any major problems with the smoke up into around the southern parts of Canada, but some of that smoke behind this latest storm system might make its way down our direction in the next couple of days. So maybe a little bit of haze. The main thing we're looking for is for this system to push back against the high pressure over the Gulf of Mexico and move this storm system down to our south, giving us some relief from this. The heat advisories continue through the rest of the day, again expiring tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's not in effect for all the News 12 viewing area. Extreme eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, and northern Georgia not under the heat advisories for now. These are issued when the heat index temperature goes over 105 degrees. Excessive heat warnings back to our west. This is where the heat index now into middle Tennessee and northern Alabama could see heat index numbers of 112 degrees plus. So we're looking at some brutal heat out there today, but some relief in store as we get into the weekend, first part of August. Can't believe I'm actually saying these words together, but looking less hot into August, the early part of the month, looking much nicer than what we have seen so far into the course of the next several days. Last night, pretty spectacular view of the International Space Station about 10 o'clock. Tonight's viewing will be a little bit more limited. It's going to be very close to the southern horizon, rising in the west and moving its way down toward the southwest, passing the planet Mars and then going very close to bright red star Antares in the constellation of Scorpius. So you may be able to see this again rising at about 10:11 and setting in the southwest, fading into Earth's shadow at about 10:14. More information on our social media pages if you'd like to see more. 7-day forecast is next on News 12.
At Tomahawk, we offer 24/7 reliable crane and rigging with decades of experience so you can get the job done right. Give us a call or visit our website for a free quote.
Another hot one for today, so get ready to get on the steamy side as we see that heat advisory continuing. More chances of showers and thunderstorms the closer that cold front gets to us from the north, intersecting with all that warm, moisture-rich air off the Gulf of Mexico. Some of these thunderstorms could be dropping some very heavy rainfall. So from today into parts of the early weekend, we may be looking at a flash flooding risk out there. And then toward next week, the downturn in the temperatures finally arrive, highs back in the lower 80s. And for August, that's not too doggone shabby. More on your forecast coming up in just a bit on News 12.
Thanks, Austin. Not too doggone shabby. It's something I like to hear. Still to come this morning, one K-pop star is saying goodbye to his fans, but only for a little bit. Hear what former member of Astros Cha Eun-woo is up to in today's Eye on Entertainment up next. You're watching News 12 this morning. This is The Place.
Around 20 years ago, I received a phone call that no one wants to receive. My mother had been in a terrible car wreck. Her bones, they were shattered from head to toe. Both her life and mine were forever changed. When I'm asked why we represent the injured, it's very simple. It's personal to me and my law firm. And I must say, we're darn good at what we do. At Wedemark Keith, it's more to us. It's personal.
Shrimp delish, shrimp delish. Crispy, crunchy shrimp. It's new. Crispy, crunchy debut.
Just $5.99. Come on, it's time to dine.
Captain D's crispy shrimp delish.
Buckle your helmets as News 12 gets you ready for this year's high school football action. Watch tonight at 11 as we preview the season ahead in News 12's 30 schools in 30 days. Brought to you by these sponsors.
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Rid-X does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Rid-X reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Rid-X.
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up. Hold it, mister. Here's Charmin Ultra Strong. It cleans better. You can count on it.
Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond weave texture that's more durable. And it cleans better, so you can use less.
Ah, much better.
Hey, you passed the clean test and your mouth test.
Oh, yeah.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
Mopping is hard work. Then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket, with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Don't allow your vacation to go from summer fun to summer done because of car trouble. Let Speedy's make sure everything under the hood is running smoothly so you don't end up stranded. Speedy's Total Car Care, where we worry about your car so you don't have to.
I'm News 12's Nick Hill, and this is Marion County's Place for local news.
News 12 this morning. This is the place for local news.
From explosions in the Twisted Metal Arena to catwalk comebacks on Project Runway, and a K-pop superstar saying farewell, at least for now, to this stage. Here's your eye on entertainment.
Buckle up for more chaos. The wild ride continues in Twisted Metal Season 2. John and Quiet enter the deadly Twisted Metal tournament, a high-octane demolition derby led by a mysterious man known as Calypso.
Season 2 is just like this potpourri of ignited, dangerous explosions and, you know, spine-tingling, bust your head open beats.
There it is.
The first episode starts streaming this Thursday. K-pop star and actor Cha Yoon-woo is hitting pause on his career. The 28-year-old Astro member officially enlisted in the Korean Army Monday to fulfill his mandatory military service. Cha will serve in the Army's brass band after 5 weeks of basic training.
I see you all on the runway. Let's start the show.
Strike a pose. Heidi Klum is back. The 21st season of Project Runway is serving fashion with a side of drama. Christian Siriano, Season 4 winner, now joins as a mentor and host, and he says having Klum back is a full circle moment.
When Heidi left was a big difference for the show. And Heidi started Project Runway. It was kind of her idea. So having her come back is really important. I think it just feels great.
Expect big personalities and bigger battles around the sewing machines when the new season kicks off later this week. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Nick Zechevich, CBS Los Angeles.
Still to come this morning, it's Sunrise Sports. And the Atlanta Braves try to find the win last night in Kansas City. Our sports director, Rick Nyman, tells us all about that and much more. Sunrise Sports coming up next here on News 12 this morning.
This is Jack's Country, where summer's at full throttle. So fuel up with 2 honey-battered corn dogs, fries, and a pie for $6.99. Race on over before they're gone. We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
Basement waterproofing. Crawl space encapsulation. Foundation repair. Anyone can say they can fix it, but only 58 Foundations and Waterproofing guarantees it with the industry's only money-back guarantee. Schedule your free inspection now.
Look, we're great with teeth. We're toothbrushes.
But we're not the best with tongues, cheeks, and everything in between.
We need backup. The clinically proven essential oils in Listerine clean every surface of your mouth.
For whole mouth health, Listerine. Wash your mouth.
Buckle your helmets as News 12 gets you ready for this year's high school football action. Watch tonight at 11 as we preview the season ahead in News 12's 30 schools in 30 days. Brought to you by these sponsors.
The best recipes start with the freshest ingredients. And when looking for the highest quality produce to feed your family, where it comes from matters. That's why we go straight to the source, so you don't have to.
Mom! Hey, Mom! Let's get some fresh berries, too.
Get hand-picked produce from farm to food city.
They start so small and grow up fast. Do your college savings measure up? It's never too early to start saving for their future. And the Tennessee Stars College Savings 529 program can help grow your savings along with your child. Money in a Tennessee Stars account can be used to pay for tuition, housing, books, and more. Open a Tennessee Stars account today and let compounding interest lift your savings for their future. 15 minutes and $25 is all it takes. Get started at tnstars.com.
This is Jack's Country, where biscuits don't arrive on a truck. We bake them fresh and load them up, like our spicy chicken biscuit. Right now, you can get 2 for $7.77. Might not arrive on a truck, but they sure do leave on them. We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
News 12, local scores and highlights from the Chattanooga Hot Tubs and Swim Spas Sports Desk.
After starting last year 4-0, Signal Mountain tapered off down the stretch, losing their final 4 games. So obviously this season, the Eagles are looking to start strong and finish strong. Brian Armstrong has Signal Mountain in the 30 and 30 spotlight.
Our theme this year is tough, detailed, and together.
Last year, Signal Mountain started off the season 6-1 before losing the next 4 games, including the first-round playoff game.
I don't know if we petered out. I'm just thinking that the competition got a little tougher. I think what we got exposed at the end of the season was our lack of strength and power up front. We got kind of mauled up front, and so that's why we put so much emphasis in the weight room, because if you don't win in the trenches, you know, when you get deep in the playoffs or you're playing those bigger teams, there's no scheming, getting mauled. And
we definitely need to use that momentum from last year, pushing forward to this year, and using some of the stuff that we used last year and cutting out all the bad stuff.
But it won't be an easy start to the season this year.
Our front end of the schedule this year are 4 last year deep playoff run teams. So our kids know that. They accepted the challenge, and it'll get us ready for our region competition.
Definitely like we did last year, just start off strong and come off hot. And then we need to sustain that towards the later of the season when competition may get better.
There's a 3-way quarterback battle between Bo Cooper, Colton Johnson, and Colton Seltzer.
We've got to be able to throw it. You know, we were successful last year throwing it. We graduated a quarterback. We graduated a number 1 receiver. So we've got some new faces in there trying to learn the system and just learning details.
30 schools in 30 days, brought to you by these sponsors.
Braves hit the road in Kansas City Monday, trying to stop that ugly 5-game losing streak. Spencer Strider on the hill for Atlanta. He gave up 2 runs early. Atlanta got those runs back on this mighty swing from Ronald Acuna in the 3rd. That's a 2-run homer over the fountain. Yeah, let's see Ronald toss that grenade and watch that ball explode. You hit one like that, why not a cool bat flip too? Acuna making the game look easy. Not much has been easy for Atlanta this year, but it went their way in Kansas City. 8th inning, Austin Riley doubles with the bases loaded. That's nice. All 3 runners scored. That made it 9-3 Braves. Atlanta's bullpen was suspect as usual, but the Braves held on for a 10-7 victory. Speaking of the Braves, looks like that Atlanta-Cincinnati baseball game scheduled at the Bristol Motor Speedway will set the new Major League attendance record. MLB has announced that 85,000 tickets have been sold. The single-game record is just over 84,000 back in 1957 in Cleveland. Braves and Reds play ball on August 2nd. Titans rookie quarterback Cam Ward will not throw to receiver Treylon Burks this year. Burks suffered a season-ending shoulder injury Saturday. Monday, the team cut him. It's the brutal life of the NFL. It could also be brutal for the Titans if Ward and company cannot deliver some much-needed big plays this fall.
It's really hard over the course of a game, over the course of a season, to continue to go 10, 12, 15 plays in a drive. Defenses actually like you to have to do that because the margin of error is so small that the chances of you doing that successfully enough times to score enough points is challenging. And there's the ability to create explosive plays, to get 20-yard gains and 50-yard gains or 60-yard touchdowns is what the best teams in this league do.
Friendly football program reminder, catch our SEC preview show coming up this Thursday at 7:30 right here on News 12. Today's poll question, does a high school football season kick off too early this year? It kicks August 14th for a few of the Georgia schools. That's just around the corner. It'll be hot for sure. And right now, 87% of you are voting yes. It's a little too early. You can vote with the QR code on your screen or visit our webpage, WDEF.com. That's sports. We'll be right back.
New Gain Tango Scent Boosters. With 2 irresistible scents coming together, you can't help but dance. Oh, wow. That's fresh. New Gain Tango Scent Boosters. More scent, more joy.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, the rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR for 60 months on select popular models or get $3,500 customer cash on Frontier.
Make new memories each time you visit and find your joy at the Tennessee Aquarium.
Welcome back, World Heads. So, what kind of secrets are you hiding in those Eyeglass World same-day labs?
No secrets. It's just equipment to make our customers' glasses the same day.
Huh. And is this equipment of alien origin?
I think it's just made in Des Moines.
They have aliens in Des Moines?
Get 2 pairs of glasses for $99 or get 2 pairs of progressives for $199 the same day at Eyeglass World, the world's best way to buy glasses.
This year for back to school, Shoe Station and Shoe Carnival are stamping all your favorite brands with our lowest price guarantee. Find a lower price and we'll match it. Adidas, New Balance, and more, stamped. Everything has been stamped. Hundreds of the latest styles stamped with the lowest price guarantee.
With 125 local vendors on site, you can find the vintage and antique pieces you've been looking for or find unique artisan goods made right here in Chattanooga. Mercantile at the Ridge, located at 6725 Ringgold Road, just off I-75 at Exit 1.
Know what's happening in the news and what to expect in the weather wherever you are with the News 12 app. This is the place for local news. News 12 this morning. This is the place for local news.
The effect of pareidolia is finding faces in very common objects, in some cases just like clouds. We were inspired by this one. Thank you very much, Brenda Vaughn from Ottawa. Russell, what did you say this one looked like?
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock. It does kind of resemble Alfred Hitchcock. I chose the comic strip character Tintin, but again, a beautiful shot right there of this facial profile in the clouds. That's our Shackelford Towing and Recovery weather window picture of the day. If you've got pictures, cloud faces, or otherwise, we're not picky as long as it involves weather. Email them, drop them to social media. Please give us a description or a location. Again, if you want to be anonymous, that's fine. But again, please give us an idea as to what you were looking at and where, or just go to Weather Window headquarters at WDEF.com/photos. The tropics are getting active. If you're planning on traveling ocean-wise in the next few days or weeks, you're really going to have to pay attention. We'll show you why coming up on News 12.
Thanks, Austin. We'll have another look at that forecast here in just a few minutes. Still to come this morning, News 12 got an exclusive interview with 2 local canine teams that heroically aided in the search and recovery efforts in Texas's recent floods. Hear about their experience next on News 12 this morning. This is The Place.
Closed captioning by Johnson Audiology. Professional, affordable, local.
It's Native. Native is made with 9 clean ingredients and is good for your skin without leaving white marks or residue. Heavenly. 72-hour odor protection that cares for skin isn't a myth. It's Native.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who suffer from an upset stomach after a big meal? Try Pepto-Bismol. Unlike some products, Pepto coats and soothes your digestive system to provide fast 5-symptom relief. Stock up on Pepto today.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
My life is full of questions. How do I clean an aioli stain? Use Tide. Do I need to pre-treat guacamole? No, it's Tide.
Why do we even buy napkins?
Thankfully, Tide's the answer to almost all of them.
Do crabs have eyebrows?
Except that one.
For all of life's laundry questions, it's got to be Tide.
There's a reason cops make exceptional DJs.
Freeze! Everybody put your hands in the air.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Watch News 12 live on your Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, or Google TV. And stay up to date on the latest video stories by downloading the WDEF News 12 app today.
You're watching News 12. This is the place for local sports.
Welcome back to News 12 this morning, and coming up, new artificial turf was installed at Camp Jordan, but the $3 million project came with some controversy. More on that story coming up. Plus, it is hot, hot, hot with a heat advisory here in the Tennessee Valley. We have some tips for how you can stay cool this summer and keep your family safe coming up this morning.
My tankard of ice water is out of camera range over by the desk. Temperatures yesterday were not record high, but they were still very much on the hot side, well above normal for this time of the year. The high and the low temperature. Will we wind up any better today? More than likely, probably not. Another steamy one in store. We'll have the temperatures coming up on News 12.
You're watching News 12 this morning. This is the place for the latest news from around the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia.
Welcome back to News 12 this morning, and a happy Tuesday, July 29th. We hope you're having a great start to your morning, and if you're about to head out the door, it's another hot day ahead, but Austin has all the details and exactly what conditions we'll be seeing in the forecast this morning. Austin, what do you have for us?
What she just said, that's the bad news. The good news is we've got some relief coming our way. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. There are some clouds out there. Broken cloud cover means more clouds than clear skies. And as of right now, we're looking at, again, pretty beautiful sunrise coming up. Temperatures, again, not totally terrible, and driving conditions 24/75. Traffic starting to increase and otherwise moving along. We'll have time saver traffic in just a minute. 78 just over the horizon at the airport, so we are down a degree in the last hour, but we still have heat indexes out there in the lower 80s. The radar in clear air mode, not picking up anything in the way of developing showers or thunderstorms. There were a few showers over toward Knoxville, but right now not seeing anything for the time being. Mid to upper 60s to low 70s east of Chattanooga, higher 70s across much of the rest of the River Valley, including temperatures pushing 80 degrees. The coolest numbers on the map, Roanoke and Knoxville at 72, and that's as good as it gets. So if this is as low as we go, we just start going upwards from there. In the next couple of hours, once the sun comes up, we'll easily be back in the lower 80s and heading again for the high 90s today, with heat index temperatures pushing the triple digits, maybe even 110 degrees out there. Coming up, we'll have the golf forecast, and we'll take a look at the downturn in temperatures coming our way. That's coming up in minutes on News 12.
Time Saver Traffic is brought to you by Mr. Electric.
Well, authorities are on the scene of an accident, Highway 153 at North Point Boulevard, but otherwise not too bad this morning. Looking good. 75 north and south coming into town. Not seeing any issues. 24 in the Ridge Cut and on through the city. And checking out the TDOT Smartway cameras, everything's still flowing smoothly over on Highway 27. This traffic report brought to you by Thrivent. Get a fresh perspective on your retirement finances with Matthew Townley, Thrivent Financial Advisor. Call 423-648-0614 today to get started. In the Tennessee American Water Traffic Center, I'm Gary Poole with your Time Saver Traffic.
Thanks, Gary. We'll have another look at time saver traffic and the forecast coming up here in just a moment. New artificial turf was approved for the fields at Camp Jordan and East Ridge, but not without some controversy. The $3 million project was approved by the East Ridge City Council. It'll replace the soccer and 4 baseball/softball fields at the complex with the turf. Officials say the artificial turf should mitigate weather delays from rain. However, there was one vote against the project by Councilman Jackie Cagle. He raised concerns about the content of that turf, especially concerned about the presence of lead in it.
So they're going to be using recycled rubber tires, which are going to be loaded with lead going into our pond. So the lead is going to kill our fish, and our pond's got a leak. It goes into the Chickamauga Creek there. So I see a big problem with that, and because our filters are not going to catch it all.
And I'm not aware of the lead content of the rubber. I know nothing about that.
All I know is what I read, and I read a lot.
The turf will be installed following the conclusion of this year's sports season. Chattanooga Outdoors is asking the state to help them extend the Riverwalk to the Lookout Valley community. They're asking TDOT to include a path right next to the Interstate 24 improvements, now under discussion. The idea is to build a raised greenway between the interstate and the river. It would run along the foot of Lookout Mountain to Lookout Creek. City officials and the Lookout Valley Greenway Alliance hope the public will let TDOT know that you support the idea. The I-24 project is still in the planning phase and years from actual completion. In a News 12 exclusive interview, we're hearing from 2 local canine teams selected to assist with search and recovery efforts in Texas following the devastating floods. Lillian Yee spoke with 2 deputies, one from Ray County and the other from Bradley County, to learn what this deployment means to them.
So our mission, just like any natural disaster that we work, is to go down here and assist these agencies that have been working tirelessly from day one. We want to be able to go and relieve them and be able to, be an asset to the mission. We would like to be able to bring closure to these families that still have missing loved ones.
With the flood recovery efforts still ongoing in Texas, 2 canine teams from right here in Tennessee are answering the call.
It's always a very surreal situation and a lot of surreal feelings whenever you go to an area that has been completely devastated by a natural disaster, and it makes me feel good that we have been asked to help out in a situation like this, because you're also doing this to give families closure.
Canine deputies Whitney Payne and Cheyenne Swafford have had a long history of working together with their canine partners Duke and Ava, and are honored to take on this mission together.
So actually we were fortunate enough to be able to help with Hurricane Helene whenever it came through. Both Whitney and I went to Washington County and were able to work a very similar natural disaster and help recover victims up there.
Officer Swafford assures the community that they are bringing the best trained canines to get the job done.
So these dogs have actually worked many cases, so they've had the most experience when it comes to land cadaver, water cadaver. They have been kind of in all situations, so it's really an asset to kind of go into the unknown because they've kind of had all the bases covered already.
These brave canine officers and their handlers are headed to Texas to help find loved ones after the flooding. We will bring you updates as they are away, and we will bring you a final update when they return.
Obviously, going through a natural disaster is devastating as it is, but losing a loved one in the midst of it is even more devastating. So just being able to give those families closure is the biggest thing, and that's a huge honor per se to be asked to give a family closure.
Reporting in Ray County, I'm Lillian Yee, News 12.
Thanks for sharing that special story, Lillian, and thanks again to all of our incredible first responders. Dangerously high temperatures are settling in across the Tennessee Valley. Emergency officials are urging all of us to take precautions. The Hamilton County Office of Emergency Management says that the heat index could push into the triple digits, raising concerns for heat exhaustion and dehydration. They're reminding us to stay indoors when possible, drink plenty of water, and check on your vulnerable neighbors.
This heat is so dangerous, and we can't emphasize it enough about being prepared ahead of time. If you have to be outdoors, wear light, loose clothing and try to eliminate your time outdoors. Take plenty of breaks, a lot of water breaks, and rest for just a few minutes, especially in the shade. And maybe wear a hat that can protect you during the sun and expose your face as much as possible.
Maxwell also reminds everyone to not leave any children or pets behind in a vehicle, even if it's just for a minute. And please call 211 to find a cooling center near you. Those are just some ways to stay cool during this heat. Let's see what's going on in our forecast for this Tuesday morning. Here's Austin.
One of the reasons I really like working at News 12 instead of my old station back in Memphis. Back in Memphis, they made you wear the three-piece suit in weather like this doing live shots. That's not fun, standing around for several hours baking in one of these things. Temperatures today on the golf course, high 90s. Combine that with a healthy dollop of humidity, and the feels like index will be in the danger category. That's why we have the heat advisories being issued. And as an added bonus, if you're golfing today, there will be chances of thunderstorms. So if you see lightning or hear thunder, or it's on your phone, on your app, time to get back to the clubhouse immediately. Downtown, I-24 traffic moving, 78 at the airport with a heat index already of 81 just prior to sunrise. We have heat advisories in effect for most, but not all of the News 12 viewing area. Far eastern counties not under the advisory at this time, but in this area, 105 degrees on the heat index, even hotter with the excessive heat warnings back to our west. 7-day forecast is 10 seconds away. Stay tuned.
Avoid the headaches and traffic jams with Time Saver Traffic and live T-Dot cameras on WDEF.com. Brought to you by Mr. Electric.
Next several days, an interesting bit of a downturn coming on through here. The heat advisory, yes, that's still in effect for today until 8 p.m. Eastern. These increasing possibilities of thunderstorms, supercharged with moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, could give us the potential of flash flooding. So once again, remember, turn around, don't drown, find another way to get to where you're going. And as we go into next week, that front finally makes its way through here by Friday into the weekend. Temperatures heading for the lower 80s. No, that's not a misprint. Everything, if it works properly in the atmosphere, we should be looking at a very nice start to August. That's something I haven't been able to say in most of my 34-year career. More on your forecast coming up in just a bit on News 12.
Thanks, Austin. Excited to see those cooler temperatures, if you can call it cool. Still to come this morning, the Chattanooga Fire Department is here on a lighter note. They fight fires, but they also know a thing or two about a game of kickball. Tell you more about what's going on with their department and how you can support them up next. Stay with us. You're watching News 12 this morning. This is The Place.
Grab a paddle and ride the rapids with Cherokee Rafting, the Ocoee River's #1 family-friendly whitewater rafting company. We welcome families, corporate trips, and church groups. So book a tour and experience the whitewater, the Cherokee Rafting Way.
Your place for News 12 weather on G93.
I forgot to wash my work shirt.
Just wear it again. I added Unstoppables with odor blocker, and it keeps our clothes fresh all day.
Ooh, I'm gonna be feeling it at work today.
She smells so good, I'm actually paying attention. Smell unstoppable.
Buckle your helmets as News 12 gets you ready for this year's high school football action. Watch tonight at 11 as we preview the season ahead in News 12's 30 schools in 30 days. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Hi, I'm Stryker with Chattanooga Hot Tubs and Swim Spas, your factory direct dealer for Master Spas. Whether you're looking to relieve stress, ease muscle pain, or simply enjoy time with a loved one, let me help provide you with the right hot tub or swim spa. Did you know Master Spas are 100% made in America, unlike over 50% of our competitors in town? So come visit Chattanooga Hot Tub and Swim Spas, where quality meets comfort.
Visit Chattanooga Hot Tubs and Swim Spas today.
time you visit. And find your joy at the Tennessee Aquarium.
Shackelford Towing and Recovery, the area's only family-friendly all four-door truck fleet.
Let's chat Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. on News 12.
Buckle your helmets as News 12 gets you ready for this year's high school football action. Watch tonight at 11 as we preview the season ahead in News 12's 30 schools in 30 days. Brought to you by these sponsors.
News 12 this morning. This is the place for local news.
The Chattanooga Fire Department does so much good for our community, but a lot of the times we're hearing those harder news stories from them that are just hard to report on. Today, we actually get to talk about something fun and exciting and empowering for their department. We have firefighter Alan Green here to tell us all about a special kickball event going on.
Yeah.
Thank you for making the time to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about this kickball event going on 4 years now, is that correct?
It is, about 4 years. We started, like I said, about 4 years ago. We did it out in East Chattanooga first. So when I got in this position, I always thought about how can we do things different than just waiting on medical calls or fire calls. How can we be more in the community on the front end? And so I said, let's do a kickball game. And we titled it as one because we want to send a message that everybody's invited no matter where you're located. So we did it last year in Amelia Homes, and then Southside Youth Association asked us if we can come back and do it again because they enjoyed it and the residents enjoyed it. So we're just trying to get out in the community and have that engagement piece ahead of the call.
That really is amazing. You guys do so many cool engagement events as well, just really connecting with the community and humanizing the department, because you're like, we're people, we have our own families, we have all these things that we have to do in order to keep the public safe. And so thank you guys again for all that you guys do with that. Tell me again, this kickball event, so it incorporates people in the community, not just first responders, right?
Right. It's people in the community as well as, you may live in Red Bank, Hickson, East Brainerd, but everybody's invited to come down to this one area and play some kickball. And you know, it's like a big community reunion. You know, you may not see somebody for years, don't know anybody, so it's an opportunity for the community to get to know firefighters and first responders, and vice versa. We can get to know who we are serving and who we work for.
Absolutely. That's so fun. And that's such a fun outreach game as well, that kickball, everybody played kickball growing up. If you didn't, what were you doing? So this is going to be a fun kind of like bringing out your inner child moment in a way, and also getting to collaborate with other people in the community and get to grow together. So remind me, what does this go to support? Is it just overall boosting morale for the department, or does it specifically
the biggest thing is this, is creating that trust with the community. You know, they don't care much about what we're saying, what we're teaching. I'm in education. And if they don't know how much I really care about them, they really not going to listen to the message that I'm getting. And then we want to show that we are there for you outside of running medical calls or fires. We want to have that presence in the community. So that's what the kickball game is all about. Let's bring everybody together, first responders, CPD, CFD, Hamilton County Sheriff Department, Hamilton County EMS. And now when the kids and families see us there, and we are human beings outside of our jobs, it makes it that much easier when we do respond to an emergency.
That's so fun, and it really has to be fun too, to be like, I just play kickball with the sheriff, I just play kickball with the fire chief. I mean, like, that like really does humanize people and creates lifelong lasting memories for these kids and also their families that are involved as well. So tell me again where this is going to be at, when is it going to be at, all those details.
So it's taking place this Saturday from 1 until 4 p.m. at the Amarillo Homes baseball fields, and we are in partnership with Southside Youth Association of Development. Great group to work with. I love them. There's going to be food, music, shaved ice, kickball, of course, and music. You know, just a great time to come out and interact with your first responders as well as the community.
That's amazing. And is this a free event as well? Completely free, y'all. You heard it here first. So go ahead and play some kickball, get some treats, and go and support our first responders because they do so much good for our community. It is this Saturday from 1 to 4. All that information is available there on your screen, but we'll also be linking that information on our website at WDEF.com as well. Alan Green, thank you so much for making the time to be here this morning.
Thank you.
For the latest information, go visit them online as well at the Chattanooga Fire Department. They're always keeping us informed, and you can find the latest updates on their website as well as their Facebook and social media platforms. Stay with us. You're watching News 12 this morning. This is The Place.